Welcome to this short lecture on the disease Visarpa. So the term Visarpa implies a disease that which spreads very fast and extensively. So whenever we look at the disease Visarpa, the causative factors or the involved factors are the same as that of Kushta. That means in the manifestation of Kushta, Acharyas have explained Sapta Drivyas, Tridoshas and Tuk, Rekta, Mamsa and Ambu. In Visarpa also, similar factors are involved in the manifestation, and the difference is that in case of Kushta, the doshas are having a Chirakari nature, whereas in Visarpa, it has an Ashukari nature. So that the dosha vega occurs very fast in case of Visarpa, whereas the dosha vega happens very slow in case of Kushta. And another important thing is that in Visarpa, the even though three doshas are involved, it's a Pitta Pradhana Tridosha Dushti that happens in Visarpa. Visarpa is a very big spectrum where several disorders explained in modern medicine can be considered under the spectrum of Visarpa. So this is a photo of a patient with cellulitis. So usually patients with cellulitis will have rapid manifestation of lesions over the skin which spreads upwards, and also the patient will have features pertaining to jara or fever. So there are some cases where we may consider cellulitis under the concept of Vadarakta, but most of the time we consider cellulitis under Visarpa. But it's not that Visarpa is only cellulitis. There are several disorders where manifestations like vesiculobullous eruptions can happen. There are autoimmune pathologies, there are infective pathologies, there are allergies that can cause such presentation. But one important thing that we have to consider when we diagnose it as Visarpa is the rapid and extensive spreading nature of the disease. That is why the definition is Vividham Sarpadiedo Visarpastena Sasmrata. Parisarpo adhava namna sarvada parisarpanat. So because of this spreading nature, it's called as Visarpa. Vividham sarpadiedo Visarpastena Sasmrata. We have already discussed that it's a Tridosha disease. Basically, it's a Tridosha disease, but there can be independent or dual predominance of doshas. So there are seven types: Vadaja, Pittaja, Kaphaja, Dunduja, and Sannibadaja. So Charaka says that it is seven types. Vagbada has added one extra, that is Abhigadaja Visarpa. Again, this Dunduja are being given specific names in the form of Agni Visarpa for Vada Pittaja, Grandhi Visarpa for Vada Kaphaja, and Kardama Visarpa for Pitta Kaphaja. Again, depending upon the region of the body that is involved, it can be either Bahya, Abhyantara, or Ubhaya or Bahya Abhyantara. The sloka is from Ashtahridaya, Syat Visarpo Abhigada Ande Doshe Dushe Ischa Shofavat. So it is just like the Shofa in its factors involved. Tre Adhishtanam. So there are three Adhishtanas, that is Bahya, Andara, and Ubhayashraya. And it is Yadhotara Dusadya. That means Bahya is Sadhya than compared to Abhyantara, and Abhyantara is more Sadhya compared to Ubhayasraya. Or we can say in the opposite direction, that is Abhyantara is more difficult to treat than Bahya, and Ubhayasraya is the most difficult one to treat. So that is why Yadhotaram cha Dusadhyaha. And these are the Sapta Dhadus that are involved. Here the Dhadu doesn't mean the Sharira Dhadu, but the factors that are involved in the manifestation of Visarpa. Rektam Lasiga Tung Mamsam Dushyam Doshas Trayo Malaha Visarpanam Samutpatto Vijnaya Sapta Dhadava. So this is similar to the Sapta Drivyas that are involved in Kushta as well. Then the Nidana is as explained in Ashtahridaya, Lavana Kadushnana, Rasanam Adhisevana, Dadyamla Mastu Shuktana, Sura Saviragasya, Vyabanna Bahumadyoshna, Ragashadava Sevanat, Shagana Haritanam, Sevanacha Vidahina, Kurchiganam Kilatana, Sevanan Mandagasya, Dadina Shandagi Purvanam, Asudanam Sevanat, Tilamasha Kulathanam, Tailana, Paishtigasya, Gramyanupadaganam, Chamamsanam Lashunasya, Praklinanam Asatmyanam, Viruddhanam Sevanat, Atyadana Divasupnat, अजीर्ण अध्यशना क्षत क्षत बंध प्रबधनात् कर्म कर्मादिसेवनात् विषवादाग्निदोषाश्च विसर्पाणां समुद्भवति. This detailed nidana is available in Charaka Chikitsa. Most of the nidanas, if you go through, we can see that these are pitta predominant ahara viharas. Even though the disease is tridosha disease, the predominant dosha is pitta itself. Next is the samprapti. Tatra dosha yadhayatam prakopanai prakupidaha visheshena vidahibihi. So the term vidaha is very important in the nidana also. So especially the vidahi aharas causes pitta prakopa tridosha dushti and dehe shigram visarpandi. So that the lesions spread very rapidly in the body, and depending upon the site of the dosha where it is seated, either it can be bahya, it can be abhyantara or ubhaya. So that is why te andarantaha sthita bahisthidaha dvide dvistaha. So how to differentiate between bahya and abhyantara? So in the features, tatra andarashrayam marmopadabhat sammohat ayananam cha vighatanat trishnadiyogat vegana vishamam cha pravartanat ashu cha agni balabramshat. These are the features whenever there is an abhyantara visarpa. If the manifestation inside, then there will be marmopadaba, then sammoha, ayananam vighatana, malfunctioning of the srotases, trishna adiyogat, so there is excessive trishna, and veganam vishamam cha pravartana, so there is disturbance in the pravartana of vegas in the form of mutra and parisha, and there is rapid declining of the agni bala, so ashu cha agni bala bramsha. So these are the manifestations with which we can identify that the patient has abhyantara visarpa. And in bahya, these features will be subtle and only eruptions will be predominant. So the basic criteria to diagnose visarpa is a vividam sarpati, so a rapidly and extensively spreading skin lesions, especially in the form of spotas. And along with that, if there are manifestations like marmopatapa and agni nasha and vegana vishama pravartana, then we have to consider that the patient has abhyantara or ubhayagata visarpa. And if the features, if there is a rapid spreading nature of the disease, along with that, if there is fever and also features pertaining to the costa, then we have to consider as abhyantara visarpa. The features of vadaja pittaja and kafaja visarpas. Tatra vadat parisarpo vadajjura samavyata shofa spurana nistoda bheda ayamarthe harshavan. So there is parisarpa, that is extensive skin lesions, and the constitutional features will be similar to that of vadaja jwara, and there is shofa spurana nistoda, different types of pain in the form of nistoda, bheda, etc., ayama, and there is arti and harsha, roma harsha. And in pitta drudagatihi, even though basically visarpa is rapidly spreading, pitta is more rapidly spreading. So that is a pitta drudagatihi, pitta jwaralingo adilohitaha, so that relations will be adilohita, and features pertaining to pitta jwara will be there. Kafat kanduyudaha snigdaha kafajjwara samanaruk. In case of kapha, the lesions will be more itchy, snigdha, as well as constitutional features as in case of kafaja jwara. Then what happens? Swadoshalingesh chiyande sarve spotai rupekshita. So if you don't manage these spotas, then what happens? These spotas can rupture and form into vrana with the respective dosha predominances. Te pakko bhinnaha swam cha vibranti vrana lakshanam. So that they will become vrana with the dosha predominance of the respective doshas. Next is the Agni Visarpa, which is again one of the important Dvandvaja Visarpas. So Agni Visarpa is due to Vada and Pitta. Even though it is Tridosha, Vada and Pitta is more predominant here. Vada Pitta Jwara Chardi Murchadi Saratrid Brahmehi Asti Bheda Agni Sadana Tamaga Arojage Ridaha Karodi Sarvamangam cha Deeptangaravakiranavad Yam Desham Visarpascha Visarpadi Bhavet Sasa Shandangarasido Nilo Recto va ashuchi chachiyade अग्निदग्ध इव स्फोटे शीघ्रगत्वा द्रुतं च स मर्मानुसारी विसर्पः स्यात् वादो अधिबलस्ततः व्यधेताङ्गं हरेत् संज्ञां निद्रां च श्वासमीरयेत् हिड्मां च सगदो अवस्थाम् ईदृशीं लभते न क्वचित् शर्मा अरतिग्रस्तो भूमिशय्यासनादिषु चेष्टमानस्तदक्लिष्टो मनोदेहश्रमोद्भवां दुष्प्रबोधो अश्नुते निद्रा so Agnivisarpa uchyate. So here we can see that there are mainly two things that we have to look into the manifestation. One are the constitutional features, the other one is the manifestation, the skin. So here we can see that this is basically a Ubhaya Visarpa because there are manifestations in the external part as well as the Abhyantara because of the involvement of Marma, etc. So here the constitutional features include Chardi, Jwara, Murcha, Adhisara, Trishna, Brahma, then pain in the asthis, then Deha Sadhana, Tamaka. Tamaka can be taken as the Shwasa variety or Tama Pravesha, Arojaka. And regarding the skin lesions, Sarva Mankamcha, Deepta Angara Vakirna, just like a burned wooden log, so that it's burning hot red. And Yam Yam Desham Visarpascha, Visarpadi Bhavesasa, Shantangara Sido. So Asita is something like not whitish in color, so that means it is having somewhat blackish. Nilo Rectova Ashucha Jiyade. The lesions will be similar to that of blisters when we burn our skin. So that is why Agni Dakta Eva Spotehi. And this is a Marmanusari Visarpa. And it causes Sapnya Nasha, that is why Haret Sapnya, Nidra also can happen. And there will be also Shwasa and Hikka. Especially if we see Shwasa and Hikka, we should understand that the patient is having complications or terminal stage disease. And the patient also will not get any what you call peace of mind in any of the positions. That is why the patient may go on shifting from the bed to the patient may try to lie on the floor like that. That is why Kojit Sharma Aradigrasto Bhumi Shayasanadishu, so that the patient will try to lie down on the floor or on the Shaya. Chestamanas Tadaklishto Manodeha Sramodvan. Because of this restlessness, the patient goes on moving here and there so that the patient gets tired. Dushprabodhu Ashnude Nidram. Sometimes the patient will find it very difficult to get the sleep properly. And these are the features of Agni Visarpa. So there are so many diseases where there can be vesicular bullous eruptions and systemic manifestations which we can consider under the concept of Agni Visarpa. Disorders like bullous pemphigoid, pemphigus vulgaris, bullous impetigo. There are several diseases that can be correlated with Agni Visarpa, so that it's better not to go for a one-on-one correlation. If the patient has the features given by the Acharyas, we can diagnose it as Agni Visarpa. Next is the Granthi Visarpa, which is a Vata Kapha predominant variety. Kafena Ruddha Pavano, Bitvatam Bahuda Kafam, Rektam Va Vruddha Rektasya, Toksirasnava Mamsakam, Doshayitvacha Dirganu, Vrutta Karatmana, Granthinam Kurude Mala, Rektanam Tivra Rujjvanam, Shwasaka Sadisarasya, Shosha Hidma Vamibhramehi. It is Asya Shosha Hidma Vamibhramehi, Moha Vaivarnya Murchangabanga Agni Sadaneryuda, Ityayam Granthi Visarpa, Kapha Maruda Kopajaha. So again, it's a Kapha Vadaja disease. Kapha Vada predominant Tridoshaja disease. So the Kapha causes obstruction to Vada, which in turn splits this Kapha, and along with the Rakta produces Granthinam Kurude Malam. So it produces Rakta Varna Granthis, which is distributed in a mala or in a what you call a linear pattern of distribution. And their involvement of Tuk, Sira, Snayu and Mamsa along with Rakta is also mentioned here. Dirgha, Anu, Vrutta, Stula, etc. are the characteristic features of this manifestation in the skin. And also there will be constitutional features like Shwasa, Kasa, Adhisara, Asya, Shosha, then Hikka, Vamana, Brahma, Moha, Vaivarnya, Murcha, etc. So here also there are many diseases that can present with this pattern. Hodgkin's lymphomas can present with Grandhina Kurude Mala, but they don't appear as eruptions in the skin. Another condition that we can consider is T cell lymphomas, which can present in the typical Rektanam, Grandhinam, Mala in that pattern. So I'm not doing a one-on-one correlation of Granthi Visarpa with that of T cell lymphoma, but to remember the pattern, we can see a picture of T cell lymphoma here. So this can be considered under the spectrum of Granthi Visarpa. Next is Kardama Visarpa, which is Kapha Pitta predominant Tridosha pathology. So that Kapha Pitta, Jwara Stambho, Nidra Tantra Shiroruja, Anga Avasada Vikshepa, Pralapa Arojaka Brahma, Murchagni Hanir, Bedo Astina, Pibasendriya Gauravam, Amopaveshanam Leba, Srodasam, सच सर्पति प्रायेण आमाशये गृह्णन् एकदेशं न चादिरु पिडगैरवकीर्णो अतिपीतलोहितपाण्डुरेः मेजगाभो असितस्निग्धो मलिनशोफवान् गुरु गम्भीरपाकप्राजोष्मा स्पृष्टक्लिन्नो अवतीर्यते पङ्गवत्शीर्णमांसश्च स्पष्टस्नायुशिरागण शवगन्धीश विसर्पः कर्दमाख्यमुषन्दितम्. So because of the kapha pitta predominance, there is tamba, nidra, tandra, shiroruja, angavasada, there is anga vikshepa, pralaba, arojaga, brahma, then there is murcha, agnihani, asti bheda, pipasa, indriya gauravam, amopavesanam, so that the patient excretes amamala, lepaha srodasam, and basically there is involvement of amasya because kapha and pitta are the predominant doshas and both these have seat in the amasya pradesha. So that is why prayana amasya, and the pitaka also will be avakirno adipida lohita pandure, so it causes denuding of the skin. That's where this avakirna term is used. Mejagapo, so the color just like a dark greenish or yellowish color. Then snigdho malinaha shofavan gambhira paka happens because of the pitta. Then sprishta klinno avadir, there is avadir, and again denuding of the skin. Pangavat shirna mamsascha spashta snayu siragana, so because of this denuding of the skin and the superficial layers of the tissue, the snayu sira etc will get exposed in the affected body parts, and there will be foul smelling as well because of this necrotic or gangrenous changes that is happening in the affected areas. There are several diseases that can present with such a manifestation. Staphylococcal scarlet skin syndrome is one of the important conditions that can be considered under this spectrum. Even conditions like epidermolysis bullosa also can present with such features. So this is typically Kardama Visarpa. Next is Abhigadaja, which is the main cause itself is traumatic. So because of the trauma, bacterial entry can happen and there can be inflammation of the skin or the subcutaneous tissue in the form of cellulitis. That may be the condition that is referred to as Abhigadaja Visarpa in our textbooks. Bhakya Hedo Kshadat Kruddaha Saraktam Pittamire Visarpam Maruda Kuryat Kulatta Sadrisheschidam. So Vada, Pitta and Rakta are involved here. The lesions will be resembling that of Kulatta, Spotaihi, Shofa, Jwara, Ruja, Dahadyam, Shavalohidam. So these are the features of Abhigadaja Visarpa. Regarding the Sadhya Sadhyada, Pradak Dosha is Traya Sadhya. So the Ekadoshajas are Sadhya, Dundajascha Anubhadravaha. If the Dundaja Visarpas without much complications are also Sadhya, Asadhyo, Kshada Sarvoto, Sannibhadaja and Kshadaja Visarpas are Asadhya. Sarvecha Akranta Marmakaha. Any of these Visarpas, if they affect the Marma, then it is Asadhya. Also, if there is exposing of the Snayu, Sira, Mamsa, etc., because of the denuding of the skin, and Praklin and Shavagandhi, and if in such cases also Visarpas are Asadhya. And Charaka says about Bahir Marga Shridam Sadhyam, Asadhyam Ubhayasridam. So Bhakyaja is Sadhya, Ubhayasra is Asadhya, and Antarasraya is Krichara Sadhya. There are several conditions that can be considered under the concept of Visarpa. So the typical characteristic feature of Visarpa itself is the rapid and extensively spreading skin lesions, especially in the form of vesiculobullous eruptions. So this can be considered non-vesicular lesions in the form of cellulitis, and always we have to consider that cellulitis is not always Visarpa because sometimes it can present with features of Vadarakta as well. In case of vesiculobullous eruptions, infections like bacterial, viral and fungal infections that can present in the pattern of vesiculobullous eruptions can be considered the concept of Visarpa. Autoimmune pathologies like pemphigus vulgaris, bullous pemphigoid, erythema multiforme, all these can present as typical features of Visarpa. Also, conditions like contact dermatitis, allergic dermatitis, drug eruptions can also be considered under the concept of Visarpa. So the take-home message is a rapidly spreading Ashukari disease with the skin manifestations can be considered under Visarpa. We have to keep in mind this is a Ashukari disease, so that there will not be a case of a chronic Visarpa, because Visarpa either takes the life or the person kills the disease. Just like as in Jwara or Adisara, it's also an Ashukari disease. That is regarding the disease Visarpa.